So here is a strength chart. This is showing the currency strength as of now. And light blue is a JPY. JPY has been so strong. And this is against the major direction in the daily chart. So we see lower time frames, JPY pairs are downtrending, but it might be tricky. So I think in this case, I prefer to stay away from the JPY pairs. So besides JPY, currently CAD is very weak, and pound is also weak today, and euro is also relatively weaker. And the strong currency is USD. USD was strong, this orange, USD was strong, but I can see Swiss franc, AUD, and New Zealand are retracing. So right now I see pound USD was good, and also USD CAD is also good. If USD CAD is bullish in the higher time frames, then I'm happy to look for the buying edge. So in that sense, let me check the USD CAD. So let me switch back to trading view and USD CAD. Okay, and let me first talk about the daily time frame. So daily time frame USD CAD is flat in terms of Ichimoku. This is actually up in price action because it broke the resistance and now it's going up. So it may reach up to here, 1.2900 level. But as per Ichimoku Kinko Hyo, we say that this is still range because Kumo is flat. Tenko span B has been flat. And Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen are up, but they are below the Kumo. So this is considered to be flat market in range. So technically, definition of range in terms of Ichimoku and price action are a bit different. So whenever I see range, most likely I say this based on Ichimoku definition. So because as for Ichimoku it's range, I say it may reverse backwards in a daily time frame basis. So I can't follow the daily direction because there is no direction in the daily time frame. So in this case, I look at the lower time frame, which is the 4-hour time frame. So I go down to the 4-hour chart, and then I see this is bullish. Unlike the daily time frame, if you look at the 4-hour chart, you can see the Kumo, both Senko span BA are bullish. Kijun Sen is also bullish, and Tenkan Sen also bullish, and Chikou span above candles, so it's bullishness. It also broke the previous high in the 4-hour chart also. And then right now this is bullish. And then I look at the 1-hour time frame also. And if 1 hour is also bullish, then I will look at the 5-minute chart and talk about where exactly to enter the market. So I go down to the 1 hour. Okay, I can find that 1 hour is also bullish because Kumo is bullish itself, Kijun Sen angle is also bullish, and Chikou span above candles. So this is bullish in terms of Ichimoku. So I can actually go down to the 5-minute and look for the entry edge. Yeah, so let me go down to the 5-minute chart. Usually I take the 5-minute for the entry. Or sometimes I take the 15, but if I take the 15-minute time frame, the stop loss is a bit wide sometimes. Recently, whenever I see the 15-minute, it's so volatile, and my stop losses are usually above 35 or 40 pips. So to me, it's too wide. I prefer the stop loss to be below 35 pips, in between 15 to 35 in range. So in that sense, I prefer the 5-minute. And then what I do is I simply take these tools. I use the Bollinger Bands and stochastics and look at some price actions for the entry confirmation. And right now, looks like the market has gone all the way up in the 5. So in this case, most likely I wait for the retracement. Stochastics has been above 80, and they are exactly in line, like overlapping on these two lines, person K and D. So simply in this case, I don't even look at the stochastics. I would look at some other confirmations to buy. I would just minimize the stochastics like this so that I can have more room, bigger picture in the candlesticks and all these confirmations. So in terms of Bollinger Bands, since the market is going up within the deviation 1 and 2, this is called band walk, and I take this band walk as one of the entry confirmations. So this is one. I can see band walk. And let's see what else I can find. I think that's it right now. Looks like there was a pushback here and the market has gone up. But after this pushback, it has been up for the last 30 minutes or so. So I prefer to wait for the pullback and pushback to buy. But it's worth to monitor in this case. It may pull back and push back in the 5-minute chart within the next 30 minutes or so. So yeah, let's continuously monitor this one. If I see some other confirmations to buy, then in the live, if it happens, then we might be able to trade together here. So let me turn this one to green. And I continuously monitor the chart. So and this is what I basically do. Every time I see charts, I open charts, I screen charts. And also I refer to the strength chart also and see which one is strong and weak according to the major directions. And if one of them is along with the major direction, then I take the Ichimoku in multiple time frames and go down to the 5-minute and look for the entry edge like this way. And simply I do this 3 times per day. So yeah, we found USDC 80 is good. So we continuously monitor, but in the meantime, let's check some other charts. Let's see which one would be good to trade today. Okay, thank you for joining. I see many comments now. Good to see you. You see, Sorosh says, would you enter before breakout in Pound USD? Pound USD is, yeah, you can, in 1 hour, still, this is, oh, looks like 1 hour now became down. You see, before, just earlier, a couple of minutes ago, Kumo was flat, Kijun-sen was flat also, but now, because of this slight breakout, it makes the Kijun-sen and Kumo down. Close span below candles. The Pound USD is actually became from red to green to go to the 5-minute for the entry edge. So I will, yeah, I will go down to the 5-minute in this case. I go down to the 5-minute chart and see if I can find some entry edge. Okay, so yeah, it's about to break the support, but in the 5, I don't really care if it breaks or not. Even if it doesn't break, I still enter the market as long as I can find the confirmations. So since 5-minute is downtrending in higher time frames, what I do is I'm looking for the sell chance. I never buy from here. Just because there's a support and just because there's a potential double bottom, I won't buy, because this is against the major direction. But I used to buy here because so that it might go up, and once it goes up, I thought I could capture from the tail to head of the fish in this way. But I kept doing it and I kept losing by these. So now I don't do it. I always make sure to follow the major flow and trade on that direction. So since this is bearish, I look for the sell chance in the 5. And now it's band walking. Bands are expanding nicely. So this looks to be the beginning of the new downtrend. It's the indication. Stochastics about the gold cross. So I did wait for this candle close so that I can see more clear dead cross in this case. So I will wait for another 2 and 25 seconds to monitor. And then And then I can see that there was a reverse N wave happening here. And I want to see if this bounce was valid. Because if this resistance was not valid, then it may break and goes up in this direction. And in order to know if this resistance was valid or not, I use the Fibonacci level. So I will enlarge the picture like this. And I take the Fibonacci tool. So I'm only taking this N wave bearish and see if this was valid or not. So I take the Fibonacci tool from top to the bottom of this N wave. And then I can see, okay, so this is exactly at 61.8%. You see this was exactly on the 61.8%. So that was a good confirmation. So that it can go down this way continuously. So I see Fibonacci bounce in this case. And most likely that cross will be confirmed. And then band walking is starting to happening. So this pair is good to sell. So yeah, since I have not been able to trade live for a long time, let me take a sell from here. So if I place a sell right now, then my stop loss, we have to always think about the stop loss. So stop loss will be up here. Stop loss is going to be above here. And I will take a sell right now. And I will take the stop loss of 30 or 40 pips. And 40 pips is a bit too far because I prefer to make it in between 15 to 35. So I take the stop losses here. I take the 30 pips of stop loss and take the sell. And right now, this is no more 30 pips. This is like 27. But around 30 pips, if you round up, that will be like 30 pips of stop loss I take and take the sell. So let me go ahead and do that right now. I think this is right timing to do live trade. But just to make sure that whenever you trade, and this is only for the educational purposes only, so please do at your own risk as a disclaimer. So whenever I trade, usually what I do is I take out mobile. I never open MT5 in the PC because sometimes it lags. So I pull the MT5 on mobile and pound USD and take the trade. Okay, so pound USD. But looks like the market has been active today too. Oh, before that, hold on, let me see. There's a big news or not, just in case. Okay, so yeah, today it looks like all the news has been over now. So we are safe to trade. Most likely the market will move depending on the price actions and also technical confirmations. So yeah, let me take the sell here, pound USD. Okay, so I executed at 1.2661 was my rate in my broker. So 1.26612. It was exactly here. Okay, and I put the stop loss over here, and it was 28 pips of stop loss I take. So this was my trade. Okay, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so I will continue to monitor and see what happens today. So yeah, in case you trade together with me, then I always make sure to calculate the risk per trade. You have to make sure that the stop loss risk should be 2% and take the sell here. So let's see if it continuously goes down or pull back. If it goes backwards, then I will talk about when I exactly exit. If it goes down, then I will talk about when I exactly move the stop loss to break even. So let's see. Okay, thank you for joining everybody. Great to see you. So today, this is a live trade right now on pound USD sell. I just took it because I happened to see some confirmations to sell. Okay, good to see you. Thank you for joining. I see many comments now. So yeah, so let's see. I think so let me review what I did to trade in this case again, because maybe some members are new here. So let me do exactly what I did step by step. So first, I was seeing that the pound USD daily chart, I see according to Ichimoku line, this is bearish. I see the Kumo down. Kumo means Senko span B and A are both down. Kijun Sen is down also, Tenkan Sen is pointing down, and Chikou span below candles. So this is bearish in terms of Ichimoku. And you may wonder if this is oversold because we had 3 days bearishness consecutive. But for me, this is stable bearishness because Kumo is thick enough. If Kumo is very thin right now, then this might be oversold, but Kumo looks good, so it doesn't stop me to sell. So that was my daily analysis. And then I break it down to the 1 hour chart. And as I went to 1 hour chart, I see the Kumo down also. Same situation. Kumo Senko span B down, A down. Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen were both down. And Chikou span below candles. So this is bearish. We can take a sell. We can, look for the sell chance. And after I do this, I also, this is where I look for the entry edge. What I call the entry edge by the 5-minute chart. So I even go down to the 5 and look for the precise entry edge. And in the 5-minute chart, I don't use Ichimoku. I used to use it before, but not anymore because Ichimoku is a bit lagging in the lower time frames. So I don't use it Ichimoku. But instead, I use the Bollinger Bands and stochastics. So this pair for now. And yeah, see if it continuously goes down. Let's see. So in the meantime, let me come back to some comments now. Alright, good to see you everyone. Thank you for joining. So let's see. Let me check some comments now. Euro USD looks bearish. Yeah, Euro USD is bearish. But we found some better pairs. Like Pound USD is good. And USDC AD was also good. But USDC AD, there are no confirmations. So I prefer to take Pound USD this time. Okay, Daniel Gondales says, Kay, when you take the trade, think in what current session it's. I don't really care which session it's going to be when I take a trade. It's okay to be taking the trade in Asian session, London session, or New York session. Whenever I see trends, then I just take it. Yeah, but usually in Asian session, the market tends to be quiet and it's more volatile on the pound, on the UK and New York sessions. So in that sense, I prefer to take trades on these two sessions. But if I see trends in Asian session, then I still take it. And I continuously monitor until I set the break even. Because this is also a very important mind as a non-losing trader. You know, as the title says on my YouTube channel, I help you to become a non-losing trader. So this non-losing mindset is a very key to success. And to become non-losing, you have to set the break-even line. Because if you set the break-even line, then even if the market reverses backwards, you don't lose. So after you set the break-even, that will be break-even or win game. And that's the goal for our trades. Afterwards, you simply leave charts and see if the market goes towards that direction or not. If it reverses, then simply you exit. Before ending this video, let me briefly remind you about the importance of patience. Patience is the key to success in trading. Whether you take trades in Forex, stocks, or commodities, or cryptos, or whatever, patience is the key. And what I really mean by patience is the ability to wait until there is a trade chance. Trade chance will come and you just need to wait until then so that you can run profit over time. People cannot wait because they don't know until when they need to wait. But if you know until when you need to wait, you should be able to be patient until then. And the strategy is really there to know until when you need to be patient to wait for trading edges. If you liked today's video, please press a good button and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notified as I do the next live or upload a new video. Wishing you a great trade success, and I will see you on the next live or video. I thank you always for your continued support and stay gold. またね。